So, you might have heard the name NagaVision floating around, maybe in a couple of very different conversations. On one hand, you hear they're this super sharp AI studio, and on the other, a full-blown creative agency. So, what's the deal? Are they two different companies? We're going to figure it out. Okay, to really get NagaVision, you have to start right here with their core belief. Because ideas don't win, execution does. This one line is the key to everything. It's not about having some amazing idea in a vacuum. It's all about the nitty-gritty of making it real. You'll want to keep that word, execution, in your head because it explains everything else we're about to see. All right, first up, let's look at the version of NagaVision you're most likely to see today, the AI Execution Studio. This is their modern, forward-facing identity, and it's all about building the future. And right away, you see two words that just pop: AI-powered and execution. See? They're not trying to be consultants who just give you a slide deck. No, they're builders. They make actual stuff, like minimum viable products or MVPs and smart AI workflows. The whole vibe is about speed and getting something real into your hands. Their whole process is actually pretty straightforward. It breaks down into three main things. First, they help you with strategy, figuring out what to even build. Then, the really cool part, they actually build it for you in a quick sprint. And finally, they can even stick around as advisors to help you grow it. It's the full journey, from a what-if idea to a system that actually works. Okay, so simple enough, right? An AI product studio. Case closed. Well, not so fast. If you start digging just a little bit, a whole other identity starts to surface. And this, right here, is where things get really interesting. And that brings us to what feels like a tale of two totally different companies. Because NagaVision seems to exist as both a tech studio and a creative agency at the exact same time. And just look at this. Here they are side by side. Over on the left, you've got the lean, fast, tech-focused AI studio we just talked about. But then, on the right, a massive 360-degree agency that handles everything from branding all the way to talent management. How in the world can these both be the same company? And when you look at the agency services, the list is huge. This is so much more than just AI. We're talking brand identity, making videos, building e-commerce sites, even getting into 3D and Web3. It's a way broader, more traditional creative setup. Yeah, AI automation is on the list, but it's just one piece of this giant puzzle. And this agency side isn't new either. It has history. It was founded way back in 2018, right in Notting Hill, London. So its roots are firmly planted in the creative and cultural scene way before the AI boom we're seeing right now. Which brings us right to the heart of the matter. What's the real story here? Which one is the real NagaVision? Did they pivot? Are these two totally separate things? Or is there something else going on that connects them? Well, it turns out the answer isn't in the what, it's in the who. To make sense of these two identities, you have to look at the founder, Curtis Soule. See, the whole company starts to click into place when you understand the person at the center of it all. Curtis Soule isn't just a CEO. The word they use to describe him is polymath. And that one word right there explains pretty much everything. He's a creative, he's a strategist, and he's a tech guy all rolled into one. And if you need proof, just check out this toolkit. It's wild. On one side, you have these deep creative skills, film, music, branding. But on the other, you've got hardcore technical skills like UI/UX, web design, and of course, AI automation. So you see, NagaVision isn't two different companies. It's just the natural result of one person's incredibly diverse skill set. And if you look at his career, you can see this thread of execution running through the whole thing. From managing a clothing store and training designers, to starting his own brand, to co-founding a photo studio, and then finally launching NagaVision. There's this long, proven track record of turning all sorts of different ideas into real-world things. So how does this all actually work together in practice? I mean, how do you connect a creative agency to an AI studio? Well, they have this really cool model for it they call the Visionary Vehicle Flywheel. Here's how this mission works, step by step. It all starts with the founder's vision and his wide range of expertise. Step 2, that vision gets put into action using all the different capabilities of the big, holistic agency. Step 3, that action creates something specific. Maybe it's a film, a new brand, or a new piece of tech. And step 4, and this is the most important part, everything they learn from that project feeds right back into the core, making the whole system smarter for the next go-around. So here's the big takeaway from that. The agency isn't a separate business from the AI studio. Think of the creative agency as the engine, the vehicle that actually powers the visionary ideas, which these days, more and more, happen to involve AI and tech. One side literally fuels the other. So the big question is, does this whole integrated model actually work? Well, the client list kind of speaks for itself. We're talking about absolute giants like the BBC, Sony, L'Oreal, Universal. Brands like that don't hire you unless you can seriously deliver, which is pretty solid proof that this unique setup is getting results.
Okay, that's all super interesting, but let's get practical for a second. What does this all mean for you if you were thinking about hiring NagaVision? Why should you care about this whole dual identity thing?
Let's ground this in reality by looking at their AI service pricing. An AI strategy session to help you map out your big idea, we're talking a few £100s. An MVP sprint to actually build the first version of your thing, a few thousand. What this tells me is that their high-tech services are actually really accessible, and they're designed to get you moving fast. So when you boil it all down, what are you really paying for? It's this one-of-a-kind mix. You're not just hiring a developer who can write some code, and you're not just getting a creative who can make things look pretty. You're getting a partner who actually gets how both of those worlds have to connect, how the story and the brand have to work perfectly with the technology underneath. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. Look, in today's world, every great product needs a powerful story and powerful tech. The lines are blurring. And the NagaVision model seems to suggest that maybe the best partner isn't a specialist in just one thing, but a polymath who is a specialist in execution itself. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Your vision is complex. Is your execution partner ready?